Alright guys, so believe it or not, this is my 150th video on YouTube. I can't believe I have 150 videos. So for today's episode, I thought I'd do something a little different. So I thought maybe we'd have a little fun, and today I want to go through the top 10 reasons that snakes make the perfect pet. And you know, if you watch my videos, I have lots of snakes. I keep snakes, I breed snakes, I sell snakes, and I'm not doing this to sell you a snake. As a matter of fact, I'm in the market to buy a couple snakes. So I thought maybe for every reason that we go through, I'll pull out one of my favorite snakes. So 10 reasons why a snake is a perfect pet, and I'll show you 10 of my favorite snakes. Alright, the first snake I want to pull out, take a look at this beautiful snake. This is probably my, I would say it's my favorite snake in my whole collection. This is a Pastel Desert Ghost male. And I would say by far, hands down, he's my most beautiful snake. If he doesn't crawl away, he's going around the thing. So for this beautiful snake, I will give you a reason why snakes make the perfect pet. And reason number one, if you look around at all my snakes, all my racks, I have probably, I'd say, over 100 snakes in this room. And what do you hear? Nothing. Reason number one, they make the perfect pet. They don't make a sound. Snakes are completely silent. And as a matter of fact, I've heard that actually snakes are deaf. They can't hear anything either. So I thought that was interesting. But, you know, if you're an apartment dweller and you're looking for an animal that the neighbors won't hear through the walls, a snake is definitely your animal. Okay, snake number two, and reason number two that snakes make the perfect pet. So take a look at this one. This is hands down probably my second favorite, and it is the pinstripe pied. And I actually bought this female as a hatchling and grew her up, and I thought she was going to be ready this year. But she's not going to go. She hasn't eaten probably, I would say, in probably maybe 4 months she hasn't eaten. So, so speaking of not eating in 4 months, I would say reason number two, snakes are extremely low maintenance. Talk about a pet rock. Some of these snakes, I've had snakes that have not eaten a single thing for 8 months, and they're perfectly fine. And some of them just decide to fast and they don't eat anything, and then some people kind of freak out about it. You know, they say you should feed your snake once a week. And you get in the routine, feeding it, and pretty soon it just stops eating. And and they just fast for what seems like no reason at all, and they'll just stop eating. And when they actually stop eating, they stop going to the bathroom too, usually. So I mean, it's almost like zero maintenance at that point. And when I'm breeding in the fall and I'm pairing up all my females, they all start getting full of eggs, and they all go off a feed, and it's almost no work at all. So if you're looking for the lowest possible, low maintenance animal to take care of, I would say by far it is a snake. Okay, snake number three, and reason number three that a snake is the perfect pet. This is one of my favorites. It is a lesser clown female. And she's a beauty. She's not going to go this year as far as breeding. I'm raising her up to breed. But if you notice, these are all ball pythons, and there's a huge difference in the colors and patterns of ball pythons. And I would say reason number three that a pet snake is the perfect pet is there is a color and pattern mutation for everyone. So if you don't like what you see here, just keep looking and you'll definitely find the colors and the patterns and and basically you could get in it at any level. So it really depends. So if you go, oh yeah, the sunset is my favorite snake. Well, right now the sunset ball python is selling for about $30,000. So you might not be able to afford the one that you're really looking at right now. But as the prices come down, sunset is on my horizon. So at some point, I'm going to get into that project. But unfortunately, I don't have the funds at the moment to throw down enough for the sunset. But if it's within your budget, I would say there is a pattern and color mutation for. All right, guys. So snake number 4 is actually my lesser pied female. Take a look at this beauty. And she is an all-white snake. You mix lesser with the pied gene, and you get a completely white snake. She is a beauty. And I bought her as a hatchling, growing her up as a breeder too. So, so for number 4, my 4th snake, and my 4th reason that ball pythons are the perfect pet. Well, actually, any snake, as a matter of fact. But specifically ball pythons, I would say you can keep a lot of animals in a really small space. So take a look at this. There's a snake in every one of these tubs. And you can pack in a lot of snakes in a really small space. And especially for ball pythons, because ball pythons, their native habitat is basically underground at the bottom of a termite mound. So I mean, this is the perfect environment for a ball python. So number 4, you can put a lot of animals in a small space. All right, snake number 5. So here's one of my favorites. It is a coral glow het pied. And he is a beauty. He's a male. And this is where all my 50% het pied hatchlings came from. I bred him to quite a few. And he is a really, really stunning, beautiful snake. Now the coral glow is basically the same as the banana gene. They just come from different lines. And speaking of coral glow and bananas, the 5th reason is your pet snake can actually double as an investment. And believe it or not, when these first came out, they were selling for $25,000 a piece. And people were literally paying off their mansions with snake money. So, the market's kind of changed a little bit now. It's not quite as easy to make the really insane money, but you can still make a lot of money from your pet. So reason number 5, your pet can double as an investment. All right, I have a snake for you for number 6. Take a look at this albino pied, and he is a beauty. I bred him this year, and I actually got a female visual albino pied out of him, and I was really excited about that. And he is, I think, one of my most stunning snakes. And he's a double recessive, and let's try to keep him on the table here. And they're still really, I'd say they're really pretty sought after. And these albino pieds are holding their price really well. But I would say for reason number 6, snake number 6, that the snake is the perfect pet, is when you buy a snake, you are joining a whole subculture of reptile enthusiasts. And let me tell you, we are fanatic over snakes and ball pythons and genetics and investments, and just goes on and on and on. And you just go to any reptile show. If you haven't been, I would highly recommend going to Tinley Park to the NARBC, and you will see the whole subculture of reptile enthusiasts, and they are crazy over snakes, let me tell you. So reason number 6, you become part of our community. All right, so take a look at snake number 7 here. This girl does not get the attention she deserves. I haven't showed her off hardly at all. And she is my bumblebee female. possible het pied. So I actually brought her to a fire pied this year, and she didn't go. I was really hoping for some really cool. She's got pastel and spider in her, so I could get a pastel spider fire pied, which would be really cool. Alright, for snake number 7, reason number 7 that snakes are the perfect pets, I would say, reason number 7 is they are totally hypoallergenic. So if you have someone that has a lot of allergies, can't have a dog or a cat, maybe they're allergic to the dog hair, or the cat hair, or the saliva, or maybe the litter, or the bedding, or anything. Snake is the perfect pet. There's nobody in the world allergic to snakes. So reason number 7, they are hypoallergenic. Okay, snake number 8, reason number 8, and this one is specifically for ball pythons. So take a look at this beast of a snake. She's actually going into shed. I'm going to pull her out. We'll see what kind of a mood she's in. But I kind of wanted to show you this because this is my biggest ball python, and let me tell you, you will never see a ball python any bigger than this. I can almost guarantee it. It's by far one of the biggest snakes I have ever seen, and just look at the size on this thing. So I would say reason number 8, I would say, is for ball pythons. They get big, but not too big. So some of your snakes get really, really big. Some of your snakes stay really, really small. I think ball pythons, in particular, they get to a size where they're impressive. It's like, this is a big snake, but it's not too big for one person to handle. And I would say in general, you could also argue that, a snake is a perfect pet because you could get them of any size. So if you want a small snake, you get something like an Arizona mountain king snake that never gets bigger than the size of a pencil, big around pretty much, or maybe a marker. And if you want something really big, you can get like a boa or a retic. So there's kind of a whole range, but I think by far ball pythons have kind of held the market as the #1 most popular snake. And I'm pretty sure that is because of the size. They have a good beefy size to them, but they don't get really enormous. All right, for snake number 9, I am going to pull one of my hatchlings out from this hatchling rack here. Take a look at this beauty here. And this is one of my Coral Glows. It was actually from my Coral Glow male, and he is 50% het pied. This is a male. And these Coral Glows, I think they are just really, really stunning. Beautiful snake. And reason number 9 is that snakes are incredibly inexpensive to keep and maintain. So I can buy rodents for that guy. They cost me, I'd say, maybe 50 cents a piece. And they eat one a week. So I can feed that snake for like $2 a month. It's even cheaper if I breed my own rodents. But even a big snake, some of these big ball pythons, you can easily feed them like once a month, and they'll be perfectly fine. Some people feed them once a week, and especially when they go on a fast. In the breeding season, almost none of my snakes eat, and I have all these racks full of rodents, and I just kind of have this overflow, and I try to bring them to the pet store, and the pet store is like, well, everybody's snakes are fasting right now because we're all breeding at the same time, and you kind of get an excess. You kind of have to slow down pairing up the male and female rodents to kind of take the edge off, because I mean it's almost so inexpensive to feed these. It doesn't really take a lot of food as far as the cost. So I'd say reason number 9, if you're looking for an inexpensive pet as far as feeding and maintaining, a snake is the way to go. All right, guys, so reason number 10 and snake number 10, I would say the reason that snakes make the perfect pet is because they're just cool. And I want to show you my coolest snake. Take a look at this. This is Lucy. She's a 50-pound retic, and she is a monster. And I would say this is by far my coolest snake. And people say, oh, you have a retic? That's really cool. So if you want a really cool snake, you can get a retic. Actually, all snakes are really cool. And I think that's one of the reasons that most people get snakes is because, you know, what can I say? They're just cool. So that's basically my top 10 reasons. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.